Hey cats, it's your midsole man, Ed Bud here. Predictions, they're easy to make, but actually very hard to get right sometimes. Today I'm going to give you my running related predictions for 2025. Just shoe it. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hope you're having a great festive Yuletide sort of time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. Also drop us a comment as well once you've watched the video and voice your opinions. You know, they're important. Dankeschön. Okay, the first prediction that I've got today is about Adidas. I think they're going to continue to crush the opposition in terms of marathon dominance. We've certainly seen some wild times over the last year or so with people using the new Adi Zero Pro Evo 1 from Adidas. That £450 price tag though, a little bit prohibitive I think. It's putting people off really. There's been some unheard times amongst some of the elite marathon runners, but we've yet to see that actually have a big impact when it comes to amateur runners. The price of the shoes just off-putting there. Is it actually going to make a big difference when guys like you or I can get hold of a pair? I mean, in fairness, 450 quid is not massively far off the amount of money that I've spent buying Alphafly 3s. In fact, I've spent more than that. I've got 3 pairs of those, but I love that shoe. Bought them all at retail. Who knows, maybe 450 quid's actually a really good price when you consider the number of marathon runners that have achieved some great times in those. They've won or got podium positions on loads of the top marathon majors. I hope Adidas can build a machine, you know, that is able to produce these at a lower price point. When you think about it, it's some rubber, some foam and upper. If they add some Light Strike Pro standard stuff to it, is that not actually more material and harder to make than the Pro Evo 1? I don't know. Regardless of all of that, I think that Adidas will continue to dominate at the top level. I don't think it's really going to touch the amateur scene yet though, until they produce a shoe that's as good as the Pro Evo 1 but doesn't cost 450 quid. Though there does appear to be a Pro Evo 2 knocking around already on the World Athletics list. Heaven knows how much that one will cost. Okay, my second prediction, Nike are going to continue to flounder. Now, I do appreciate that Nike are switching up their running lineup for 2025. I'm not like Nike bashing or anything here. It's very clear that they are in some, well, they got some issues, haven't they? I'm not going to say they're in trouble, you know, still making a lot of money, like hand over fist. But I don't see just changing around the running lineup's going to make all that much difference right now. I think the main problem they've got is that Jordan shoes have kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit, and there's lots of other shoes out there that youngsters are sort of really into and they're spending their hard-earned cash on. I mean, we're going to have a Vomero line, we're going to have the Pegasus line and a Structure line. There's like an Icon, a Plus and a Premium within each of those threads. I mean, we've seen the Pegasus one so far. We know what all of the shoes are in that one. The standard Pegasus model, obviously for your daily stuff. Then we got the Pegasus Plus, which in all fairness isn't really all that much lighter than the Pegasus. And then we got the very weighty Premium, and certain people have reviewed that one already and said, yes, it's very cushioned, there's a bit of bounce to it, but it's very narrow in the heel and the stability's not great. The Vomero line looks interesting. There's a new version of the standard Vomero coming out, which has got Zoom X and a much higher stack. So that's perhaps your long run type offering. They haven't unveiled the others yet, though it does appear that the Invincible Run 4, which was going to be released, they've canned that, and it seems like it's going to be rebranded and placed into the Vomero lineup now. I think that's just going to confuse people. There's certain people going to come into the shop and say, I want the new Invincible Run, where is it? Oh no, that's now the Vomero. Oh, is it the same thing? You know, it's just going to cause people to perhaps buy something else. The Structure line's always going to be very specific, you know, for people that want something that's just a lot more consistent across the footbed, perhaps with some stabilizing foam elements in there somewhere. So I think they're trying to make the new normal. A great Strokes album, by the way, but I just think it's going to confuse people, and it's going to take like a year or a couple of years or something for people to get this new lineup. I understand it really. Yeah, the Pegasus Plus, surely that should be like a more up-tempo shoe. For me, that's kind of where the Zoom Fly fits really, but they haven't even talked about that shoe at all. It's weird with that Invincible 4. Clearly it was in like pre-production and there were pairs out there. I just don't think that the Invincible run's taken off quite as Nike thought it was going to when they released it a few years back. I think other brands have just done that sort of very easy, sort of squashy shoe better. They've already done it and it's cheaper. So yeah, if you can answer my question, where does the Zoom Fly 6 fit into all of this? It's not mentioned anywhere on this new lineup. My third prediction is about the max cushion trend. I think the max cushion thing's starting to get a little bit boring for some people. There's just so many shoes now that are sort of with this maxed out stack. I found it really refreshing running in the Adios 9 from Adidas. I've got about 30 mil, I think, in the heel on that one, so you could say it's still, you know, very reasonably stacked, but it's certainly nothing like the Evo SL, which I find a bit kind of unstable really at slower paces. The Adios 9 just seems to work for me pretty much any pace I want to run at. Now it's softened up somewhat. We've had shoes like the Mag Max, the Super Blast 2, the Mac X2 all coming in like over 40 millimeters. I reckon there's going to be some new models that will eclipse that even more and bring some extra foam to the party. I mean, we had the Skyward X this year from Hoka. That just felt a little bit clunky almost. I mean, it was a very cushioned shoe, don't get me wrong. If you like that one, then I'm glad for you, but I felt like the weight of the shoe just diminished what it gave back in terms of the cushion. It's kind of the same with the Mag Max as well, really. It just felt a little bit clunky to me. Not a shoe I want to put on and run some easy miles. It just felt almost like a chore, you know? The Glycerin Max, that's a superb running shoe, and I think it would be a great lifestyle shoe as well if Brooks pushed it towards that type of market. Very consistent across the footbed in terms of cushion, and it was a great durable outsole. So Max Stack works with some shoes, not others. I mean, another one that's now over 40 mil is the Nimbus. The new version of that has got a slightly softer version of Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco. Once again, an improved outsole on that one from Asics. I think it's a good Super Blast 2 alternative if you can't find that one in your size. The Nimbus has just got a slightly more heel-orientated cushion there to stabilise things. So I think we're going to get lots of max cushion shoes, but I do feel there's a bit of fatigue going on there. And I don't mean that in a sort of ironic sense. My fourth and final prediction is that brands are actually going to be a little bit more conservative with the shoe tech. Now, the Puma Fast RB that I reviewed this year, I mean, there's a massive weight to that. It just perplexed me, that shoe. I can see that Puma are trying to push the boundaries somewhat, but we've got all those other plates and foams. Without the traditional lacing, it just didn't really work. I mean, shoes like this serve a purpose, don't they? They really get people talking about running shoes, and, you know, that's a cool thing. I do that a lot, you know. But in terms of actual efficiency and performance, I just don't really feel that it was there. The Primex Strung had it all, really. A couple of years ago, it was a really reasonable weight, certainly in my UK size 11. Superb grip, high bounce, lots of cushion there, a compressive stack. It's one of the best running shoes for fun and enjoyment and performance really that I've ever used. Just adding massive cushioned foam and plates to things doesn't always get us a better running shoe. I think brands are realising that now, and where you've got like daily options that are fun and affordable and durable too, and people go for those, and of course they're often a little bit cheaper. You know, throwing the kitchen sink in doesn't always achieve results. I think when you use a more subtle approach, as Nike have done with the Zoom Fly 6, then you do get some real bangers. It just seems to fit everything really. It's fun, it's durable, hits the spot pretty much at any pace. Not since the Endorphin Speed Original has there been a shoe that's just so great that the running world has really embraced, and they're all unanimously singing from the same hymn sheet. They're best of all worlds really. Let's not forget it's a bit of a Frankenstein shoe of sorts. You've got a idea there from the Pegasus 35 Turbo where you've got a dual midsole combo. You've got the SR2 foam of the Vomero. You've got the outsole of a Pegasus and the plate like the Zoom Fly Flyknit. So many good ideas in one there. It just really works. The blueprint was always there, but Nike were kind of sleeping on it, you know. One of the brands that I've found have been simplifying things is Asics. If you look at the Super Blast 2, it's a really simple formula really. two different foams. One of them, you know, a really top tier one. Sandwiched underneath, you've got the more durable foam. It's just a banging outsole as well. It's just poetry in motion, that shoe, and that's why it's sold so well. I think people will look at that mold and see if they can copy it. Okay, that's my 4 running shoe predictions for 2025. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on these, and your own as well, down in the comments. No musical interlude today. I just want to say have a great Christmas. If you've been viewing the videos over the course of the last year, you've been supporting the channel, I really do appreciate it. I would not be here without you guys. People often ask, you know, is it like work? Is it like a job? No way. I love making these videos. I love the creative process. I like coming up with the ideas, which are often while I'm out running, in fact. And then obviously trying to present it to you in a fun and exciting way. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a fantastic Christmas. In fact, why on earth are you watching this video right now? Go and have some fun with your family and your friends. I jest. Thanks. I appreciate it, all of you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. Also drop us a comment to help with the algorithm. My name's Eddbud. I'll be seeing you.